Sorry for the little delay. It was all going to be exciting at the end. I've been addicted to the UK version of the Traitors. I love that sort of game, and what a good game the winner played. Anyhow, got home from work today. Went digging in my loft. I couldn't remember how many books I had originally, and whether they survived my cull when I threw books away 20 odd years ago, 25 years ago nearly. But look what I found.
Even more.
So I now own 2 copies of House of Hell and 2 copies of Creature of Havoc.
What is that Beneath Nightmare one? What's that?
Beneath Nightmare Castle.
I've not heard of that one.
I can't remember ever playing it. So we've got Trial of Champions.
Is that one of the ones that didn't get reprinted?
Must be. And a bit of Deathtrap Dungeon. Another copy of House of Hell, which of course we've completed, and an old Endless Quest book as well. I can't remember ever owning that.
Nice.
So there we go.
You set up Joker?
Yes, Joker. You appear to have moved.
Hey.
You're a bit muffled.
Am I?
I hear you about as well now as I could when you had your headset on.
Unmute, mate.
Unmute yourself. Talk. Oh. He couldn't hear us, could he? Because he took his headset off. So. I think we might be coming through his camera. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because it sounded the same when he took his headphones off as when he had them on, right?
Yeah.
How do I sound? Am I too loud?
No, you're absolutely fine. Your new headset, your shiny new headset. Don't do a trap pout. Don't do a trap pout or a duck. No. Horrible.
I mean, I'm not a snowflake, but I am still of the new generation, unfortunately.
Yes. You're a melted. Are you a melted snowflake? Are you slush?
Yeah, let's call me that. Go on.
Slush. Right. Okay. Hello, chat. Hello, Gene. Hello, Halakar. Hello, Mr. Baker. Hello, Manfred. Hello, Green Dragon. There's Keith as well. Hello to you. And Elfbait. And I've already said hello to Mr. Baker. I have already said hello to Mr. Baker. Mercurius and Jeb. And yeah, there we go. So hopefully Joker can sort his audio, because he took his headset off and put his headset down and sounded exactly the same. So I think we're hearing him through a different speaker. So
it does seem that way, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Youth is not a crime. It can be. It depends what sort of youth you are.
Depends. You either get old or you die trying.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Right. So this is the classic. Look at that. The original cover. The original green spine.
This is the new one.
Yeah. Hello, Hunger.
Sorry, a second.
We use whatever Iman wants us to call him. I've always known him as Iman on my channel. I have no idea who wrote that. That hi, it's me DM. So did I buy this book secondhand? I haven't got a clue. We're going back a long way for this one. Long way for this one. I must have had it for ages. Right. Testy Joker, test. Can't hear you at all. No, you're completely muffled. You're silent. Is that big microphone I see on your desk there? Looks like a microphone. Whatever it is, it's not working.
Apologies, my father needed me for something.
Right. We'll let Joker do his IT stuff.
Yeah.
Big Dalek
Setup,
with a
always has a
big,
shift on it.
yeah, big Dalek with a cross of St. George on it. I heard you then, Joker.
Yeah, I heard you too.
Hey!
Can you hear
Can
us?
you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
Not sure you're any clearer though. Not sure you're any clearer. I can hear you, but
Huh?
I can hear you,
Is
but
that
you're not
better?
loud. No. No.
What about now?
No.
It's the same.
Yeah, sounding
No?
distant. No. Point it towards your mouth. Now.
Yes?
No, that's it. I don't think that microphone's picking anything up. Have you switched it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Does Elfbait know about IT?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. How many microphones have you got plugged in, Joker?
Just the
Just the one, I think you said.
Yeah, it does sound like you're coming from a camera mic. Right, shall I start reading anyway? Anyway,
Yeah.
this is well, that's a bit louder. Are you well, Elfbait?
I'm alive. Can you
He's
hear me?
better now than he was earlier.
Was he not alive earlier? Is that what it was?
No, he was alive. Maybe not in as good a mood as he might be now.
Oh, today's been shit-tastic. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
hold on.
Less said about that, the better, though. Eh?
Right. Fairly. Oh.
Not particularly for the reasons that you think, Iman. So,
Yeah, but that obviously is not going to help, is it?
no. I mean, I'm
Hello,
dealing
Squirrel.
with work bullshit too. So
Yeah, we had a little bit of that earlier. The lad who works in our second shop helps out there. He only works part-time, but he works part-time at peak times to help our manageress there. He quit this morning
oh, lovely.
because his wife basically said it's the job or the marriage.
What
Won't
the
even let him have
fuck,
it.
man?
And he's only doing 15 to 20 hours a week.
It's the job or the marriage. Do you understand that without a job, the marriage becomes increasingly difficult?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if he's only working 15 to 20 hours. I mean, does he have like another job or two other jobs or something?
Nope. No. They've obviously got
I would,
support from.
at that point, if it was me, I'd be like, all right, well, I guess the marriage then.
They've got 4 kids. I think.
How
No,
old
he
is
hasn't-
this person?
He's about 30ish.
Fucking hell, we've got 4 kids already, and he's my age.
She
Jesus.
doesn't work.
Right,
she doesn't-
and he only works part-time.
Apparently she's not coping with
Children.
looking after the kids by herself.
Right.
It's one of those
There's a
odd
thing
situations.
called keep a job and hire a babysitter.
Or,
Joker,
don't
Hello!
have kids.
you're still a bit distant, but you're a little bit
but if you
a little bit clearer than
You can hear me.
I can hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I can hear you.
I mean, if the kids
Oh.
have already happened, there's not much you can do about it other than support them,
I
right?
mean, there are things. It's just a question of legality.
No. We don't talk.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, shall we get started? Enough of this.
Indeed.
Right. Okay. The background to Deathtrap Dungeon. First in a trio of books, which had Trial of Champions after it. And then, as we found out, Armies of Death was a follow-up. Right. Despite its name, Fang was an ordinary small town in the northern province of Chiang Mai, situated on the banks of the River Kok. There we go again.
Hey,
It made a convenient stopover for river traders and passengers throughout most of the year. A few barges, rafts, and sometimes even a large sailboat could usually be found moored at Fang, but that was long ago, before the creation of the Trial of Champions. Now, once a year, the river is crammed with boats as people arrive from hundreds of miles around, hoping to witness the breaking of an ancient tradition in Fang and see a victor in the Trial of Champions. On the 1st of May each year, warriors and heroes come to Fang to face the test of their lives. Survival is unlikely, yet many take the risk, for the prize is great. A purse of 10,000 gold pieces and the freedom of Chiang Mai forever. However, to become a champion is no easy task. Some years ago, a powerful baron of Fang called Sukhumvit decided to bring attention to his town by creating the ultimate contest. With the help of the townspeople, he constructed a labyrinth deep in the hillside beneath Fang, from which there was only one exit. The labyrinth was filled with all kinds of deadly tricks and traps and loathsome monsters. Sukhumvit had designed it in meticulous detail, so that anybody hoping to face its challenge would have to use their wits as well as weapon skill. When he was finally satisfied that all was complete, he put his labyrinth to the test. He picked 10 of his finest guards, and fully armed, they marched into the labyrinth. They were never seen again. The tale of the ill-fated guards soon spread through the land, and it was then that Sukhumvit announced the first Trial of Champions. Messengers and news sheets carried his challenge: 10,000 gold pieces and the freedom of Chiang Mai forever to any person surviving the perils of the Labyrinth of Fang. The first year, 17 brave warriors attempted the walk, as it later came to be known. Not one reappeared. As the years passed and the Trial of Champions continued, it attracted more and more challengers and spectators. Fang prospered and would prepare itself months in advance for the spectacle it hosted each May. The town would be decorated, tents erected, dining halls built, musicians, dancers, fire eaters, illusionists, and every sort of entertainer hired, and entries registered from hopeful individuals intent on making the walk. The last week of April found the people of Fang and its visitors in wild celebration. Everybody sang, drank, danced, and laughed until day broke on the 1st of May, when the town thronged to the gates of the labyrinth to watch the first challenger of the year step forward to face the Trial of Champions. Having seen one of Sukhumvit's challenges nailed to a tree, you decide that this year you will attempt the walk. For the last 5 years, you have been attracted to it, not for the rewards, but for the simple fact that nobody has ever emerged victorious from the labyrinth. You intend to make this the year in which a champion is crowned. Gathering up a few belongings, you set off immediately. 2 days' walk takes you west to the coast, where you enter the cursed Port Blacksand. Wasting no time in that city of thieves, you buy your passage on a small boat, sailing north to where the River Cock meets the sea, and from there you take a raft upriver for 4 days until you arrive in Fang. The trial begins in 3 days' time, and the town is in an almost hysterical mood of excitement. You register your entry with the officials and are given a violet scarf to tie around your arms, informing everyone of your status. For 3 days, you enjoy Fang's greatest hospitality and are treated like a demigod. During the long merriment, you almost forget your purpose in Fang, but the evening before the trial, the magnitude of the task ahead begins to dominate your thoughts. Later, you are taken to a special guest house and shown to your room. There is a splendid 4-poster bed with satin sheets to help you rest, but there is little time left for sleep. Just before dawn, a trumpet call awakens you from vivid dreams of flaming pits and giant black spiders. Minutes later, there is a knock on your door, and a man's voice rings out saying, "Your challenge begins soon. Please be ready to leave in 10 minutes. You climb out of bed, walk over to the window, and open the shutters. Already people are thronging the streets, moving quietly through the morning mist, spectators on their way to the labyrinth, no doubt, hoping to find good vantage points from which to watch the competitors. You turn away and walk over to a wooden table on which your trusty sword lies. You pick it up and cut the air with a mighty sweep, wondering what beasts its sharp edge may soon have to meet. Then you open the door into the corridor. A small man with slanted eyes greets you with a low bow as you emerge from your bedroom. "Please, follow me," he says. He turns to his left and walks quickly towards the stairs at the end of the corridor. Leaving your guest house, He darts down narrow alleyways between houses, and you have to walk quickly to keep up with him. Soon you come into a wide dirt road lined with cheering crowds. When they see your violet scarf, they cheer even louder and start showering you with flowers. The long shadows cast by the people in front of you shrink as the bright yellow sun rises higher in the morning sky. Standing there in front of the noisy and vibrant crowd, you feel strangely alone, aware of your coming ordeal. Suddenly you feel a tug on your shirt. You see your small guide eagerly beckoning you to follow him. Ahead you see the looming hillside and the dark mouth of a tunnel disappearing into its inner depths. As you get closer, you notice two great stone pillars on either side of the tunnel entrance. The pillars are covered with ornate carvings, writhing serpents, demons, deities, each seeming to scream a silent warning to those who would pass beyond them. You see Baron Succumbit himself standing by the entrance, waiting to greet the contenders in the trial of champions. You count 5 others standing proudly in line, their violet scarves displayed for all to see. There are 2 bare-chested barbarians dressed in furs. They stand completely motionless, legs straight and slightly apart, arms thrust forward to rest on the hilts of their long, double-headed battle axes. A sleek elven woman with golden hair and feline green eyes is adjusting the cross belt of daggers wrapped around her leather tunic. Of the 2 remaining men, one is covered from head to foot in iron plate armor, with a plumed helmet and a crested shield. The other is cloaked in black robes, only his dark eyes showing between the swathes of his black face scarves. Long knives, a wire garrote, and other silent death weapons hang from his belt. The 5 contenders acknowledge your arrival with an almost imperceptible nods of the head, and you turn to face the exultant crowd for the last time. Suddenly a hush falls over the crowd as Baron Succumbit steps forward, holding 6 bamboo sticks. You draw 1 from his outstretched hand and read the word 5th. Then the trial begins. And we have artwork, of course.
More artwork, yay.
There we go. The artwork in this book is really good.
I think all the inside artwork is the same in the reprint as well.
I should hope so. Right. Okay, it was a long introduction. And we've still got half a page to go and then entry 1. So here we go. The knight is first. He salutes the crowd before disappearing into the tunnel and is followed half an hour later by the elf. Next goes a barbarian and then the dark assassin. Now it is your turn to salute the crowd. Holding your violet scarf aloft, you take one final deep breath of cool, fresh air before turning to pass between the stone-pillared gateway into Succumbit's corridors of power to face unknown perils on the walk through the mighty Baron's Deathtrap dungeon. You didn't agree to go second.
The elf goes second.
A sleek elven woman with golden hair and feline green eyes.
Well, you know, if you have to be flattering.
Even that opened the Emerald Isle.
I thought you were going to say, I survived the book and I've aged a little since then.
It was all a clever disguise for the purposes of the labyrinth.
I did not say aardvark.
I think we need a new macro for aardvark.
We also need to choose a potion of skill, strength, or fortune because we get to choose one at the start.
I've picked fortune.
Okay.
Unless you want to argue for any different one.
I would definitely pick either that or skill, but I would avoid stamina because there's a lot of luck rolls and there's also a lot of skill checks. So either of those.
You remember this book? Do you?
I remember this book being notoriously difficult. I don't remember everything about it.
I'll just say that for our rolls for our character, I rolled 5, 5, 3, 5. Our stats are good. That
so we got what?
11, 20, 11.
Skill. Okay.
11, 20, 11. But
I would recommend at least 11, yeah.
But that gives us probably a 5% chance of success at best.
All right.
Yeah. This is a bitch of a book. It's quite a good one, though.
As if the other one wasn't.
I don't want to spoil anything, but there's one bit in the book where if you test your luck, you actually die quicker if you're lucky. I was like, how the f*** does that make sense?
The
excited face. The clamour of the excited spectators gradually fades behind you as you venture deep into the gloom of the cavern tunnel. Large crystals hang from the tunnel roof at 20-metre intervals, radiating a soft light just enough for you to see your way. As your eyes gradually become accustomed to the near darkness, you begin to see movement all around. Spiders and beetles, crawling up and down the chiselled walls, disappear quickly into cracks and crevices as they sense your approach. Rats and mice scurry along the floor ahead of you. Droplets of water drip into small pools with an eerie plopping sound, which echoes down the tunnel. The air is cold, moist, and dank. After walking slowly along the tunnel for about 5 minutes, you arrive at a stone table standing against the wall to your left. On it there are 6 boxes, one of which has your name painted on its lid. Do we open the box or do we continue walking north? Open the box or continue walking north? Thank you, Mercurius.
I'd say open the box.
What's Mercurius done? Has he been generous again?
He's been generous again.
Already.
Yeah, he's been generous again. Thank you, Mercurius. Who got the gifted membership?
Wasn't me. I can't
It's never
figure out how
you.
to I can't figure out how to make the damn thing work.
I think if you press on the notification where it says that the memberships were gifted, there's like a little thing that you can slide. I can't remember exactly how it works.
There is not.
Damn it! How did I do it?
I think you have to be watching it in YouTube.
I am watching it in YouTube. There is not. At least nothing that's popping up for me.
I was going to say, no, comments come up half the time.
Yeah.
You have every right to be Manfred. Okay. So we're opening the box.
Yes.
The lid of the box lifts off easily. Inside you find 2 gold pieces and a note written on a small piece of parchment addressed to you. After placing the gold in your pocket, you read the message, which says, "Well done. At least you have the sense to stop and take advantage of the token aid given to you. Now I can advise you that you need to find and use several items if you hope to pass triumphantly through my Deathtrap dungeon. Signed, Circumvit." Memorizing the advice on the note, you tear it into tiny pieces and continue north along the tunnel. We have gold. 2. Oh! Mercurius has gifted another membership and it's been received by Michael Chad. I can see that. Why is that popped up and the other one not? I don't know. Is it because Michael's in chat?
No, I think it might be because it's a singular one, so it can actually display it.
No, I think Michael has just joined by himself.
Oh, okay.
Does it show who Mercurius is? Did it show who Michael? Jason Jacobson. Who's Jason Jacobson? Thank you, Michael. Thank you. I need to wave these up. So we've had that one from Mercurius.
Yeah, it does look like Michael's done it separately. Yeah.
He's done it by himself. Absolutely. Thank you, Michael. Cheers.
Interesting.
So
it's annoying it doesn't show you on StreamYard.
It doesn't show on stream. It shows me that Michael's become a member. It doesn't show me who receives the gifted memberships. So that's really rather silly. I did try and turn all the notification things on, but hey ho. Right. After walking down the tunnel for a few minutes, you come to a junction. A white arrow painted on one wall points west. On the floor, you can see wet footprints made by those who entered before you. It's hard to be sure, but it looks as though 3 of them decided to follow the direction of the arrow, while 1 decided to go east. Do we go west or do we go east?
West.
No, east. Where's Justin? He's definitely going to say west.
Flip says go left. So west.
Well, us Midlands have always got to go west.
I say east, opposite of the arrow.
To go the opposite of east, you have to go west.
East? What kind of map are you reading, Patrick?
Thank you. You don't need to throw me money. It's nice when people throw me money. I love it when people throw me money. You don't need to.
Oh, legend, mate. Nice one.
Deathtrap Dungeon. I feel like we're just going through the literary version of Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah.
There definitely are elements like that. Yeah.
Yeah. This might be good advice. Unfortunately, it's not allowed. We're
No,
currently
at no point can you turn around and go back.
Gonna make my own Tomb of Horrors with blackjack and hookers. But
Daniel Keeney would be down for that.
There's only one way down.
As long as the blackjack is Blackjack Daniels, as in Jack Daniels and Coke.
Yes.
Don't know if he plays card games, but if it's Jack Daniels and Coke.
Got to be at least a double or a triple, though. Come on.
I ain't got no time for whiskey.
You ain't going to feel anything otherwise.
Oh, where is Daniel? Daniel, where are you? Are you cooking tonight? Shall we try and summon him? Daniel, are you cooking? Or are you lurking?
Well, put that in the center of a pentagram with, a Slim Jim burning at each of the 5 points, and it should be fine to summon him.
Some sort of satanic ritual.
Hey, according to my neighbor lady, my wife and I are Satan. So
okay, that's
is that what's happened? Is that what's happened already?
Oh, that's one of the things.
You've only been there a year or so, yeah.
So I don't want to disrupt the stream. Sorry, no. I'll tell you about it offline, man. It's fucking nuts. She's nuts.
Nah.
But no.
Well, I say east. What does everyone else say?
I said west, or actually, to be technical, I said west.
But two of you said west, and Iman and everybody in chat said east.
Let's go, guys.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
There's a lot of people. Oh, Jeb has said west, but a lot of people still to vote.
How many have we got in chat?
Quite a lot.
There was 12 when I jumped on here, so
there's
probably
20
more
now. 20.
Damn it! Now everybody's intrigued by the neighbor lady.
Yeah.
All right. Long story short, old lady lives next door. Can't take care of herself. My wife adopted her, sort of, and has been taking care of her, doing errands for her, helping her out. I even sent food over to her occasionally because she doesn't eat unless you actually get her to eat. Anyways, repeatedly treated my wife like shit, didn't take no for an answer, didn't respect boundaries. Wife cut her off, turned into a huge slew of religiously charged vitriol that has us now marked as Satan and racist. So,
right.
Yep. Well, and that's the long and the short of it.
Oh, she sounds lovely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're at 7-4 now for East. I'm just going to tell you a little story of my weirdest neighbour. It's never good living next to a student house, so I don't blame him for having a beef with us. The fact that we were 6 students living in the house next to him, staying up all hours. But he was a West Indian fella. He must have been about 80 odd. And he knocked on our door, said he was waking up feeling lightheaded, and that we had to be standing in our bathroom smoking weed, and it was bubbling through the toilets into his bathroom because it was next to it.
Most involved bong ever.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's what he said. That's what he said. And said he was going to report us to the police for doing that.
Were you even smoking weed?
Then, when we told him to sod off because he was talking nonsense, he stood on his doorstep and sang "Rule Britannia" for about an hour, and then we never heard from him again.
Yeah, anybody who stands on their porch singing out loud as a form of protest isn't right. Sorry.
No, he wasn't right. He definitely wasn't right.
Yeah.
He was only doing that because of the weed smoke bubbling from his toilet, don't you know?
Absolutely, yes.
He's having colonial flashbacks.
He believed we were breathing it down through the toilet, and it was going through the water.
You guys have some amazing lung power.
Absolutely, yeah. Right. That was my weirdest neighbour.
So, what did we get? I hope East won, guys.
East did win.
Let's go!
Ahead, you can see a large obstruction on the tunnel floor, although it is too dark to make out exactly what it is. The wet footprints you have been following carry on towards the obstruction. Do you want to continue east, or would you prefer to go west back towards the junction?
Wet footprints? Are
Yeah.
they
Continue
webby
east.
footprints or are they people footprints? Does it say? Do we get an illustration?
No, we've been following the footprints that we assume are the ones belonging to the other competitors who went before us.
Okay.
Continue east.
Yeah.
East?
Yes.
Yes, we do have insane asylums over here. And a lot of people in them, because we do have plenty of eccentrics, weirdos.
I wish you could like recommend someone to be sectioned, but unfortunately they have to do it themselves.
Not in this country. You can have somebody committed.
Joker, you falling asleep?
No, I'm over here.
East or west?
West.
Oh, you want to go west? Okay.
Want to go back? Continue.
Open houses, follow the prince. East or west? Do we go east towards the... Mr. Baker says east.
Yes.
Joker says west so far. West goes back to the intersection. East goes towards this obstruction.
Yes.
Iman, Manfred wants to know who you recommend to be sectioned.
What do you mean? Oh, my uncle, my youngest uncle. I don't want to take over the stream like Eli said, but long story short, basically, my uncle kicked his own mum out of his house. We took her in, and then he blamed us, saying we stole her from him. So it's like, okay, sure, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like the neighbor lady is going to treat my wife like shit.
And then she passed
my
away
wife
like
says, don't treat me
8
like
years
shit.
ago.
She keeps treating her like shit and then cuts it off, and then we're the bad guys.
But then when she passed away like 7 or 8 years ago, he blamed us, saying we're the ones who killed her, when actually, no, we're the ones who looked after her towards the end of her life. So, you know, it should have been his job. We did it.
I mean, if murder was the game, you guys sure played a long game. But
Absolutely, yes.
Anyway,
Like
yeah,
when
so
you try-
if it was up to me, I'd have him committed because he's a danger to himself and everyone around him.
all right, I'll be right back, guys. Carry on without me. Because I know you will.
Yes, we will. All right. So everyone apart from Joker says east. So Joker, they're all ignoring you.
Let's go, guys.
What-
Your turn
Why
now,
don't
mate.
you ignore-
You see that the obstruction is a large brown boulder-like object. You touch it with your hand and are surprised to find that it is soft and spongy. Do we climb over it, or do we try and slice it open with our sword? Climb or slice?
Use the sword.
No.
Climb over it.
You're just going to disagree with each other all night, aren't you?
Well, I have a vague recollection of what to do, but I don't know if I'm right. That's the thing.
Oh, there's me thinking you were being argumentative this week.
No. I'm trying to genuinely think what's going to not kill us. And I think stabbing this thing is a bad idea.
Halakar wants to know if we can lick it. No, we can't. No, we can't.
That would
No,
achieve the
because-
same thing as stabbing it, mate. Trust me. Oh, Halakar, by the way, I know you said earlier before the stream started that you invited someone to join. Are they here?
Is he?
Yeah, he invited one of his friends or someone to
Oh,
something
right,
like
okay.
this.
Oh, I just said hello to everybody. I didn't
Right
read
at the top of the stream.
A friend on Facebook was talking about Endless Quest books the other day, so I sent him a link and extended an invitation. Hopefully he can make it. Well, let's hope he can. We haven't put him off with all that waffle.
I think people actually come for the content and stay for the waffle. I don't know about you.
I don't know. Something special on the 29th next month. What day of the week is the 29th? It's a Thursday. If I stream on a Thursday, my wife will shout at me because it's one of my days of not doing anything. Yeah. Right. We're currently at 3 for climbing, 3 for slicing. I need some more votes. Right. So we've got this big soft brown lump in the corridor. Do we slice it open with our sword or do we climb over it? 3 votes for each so far.
I said climb.
Climb. You can become what on earth is a waffle brooder? Waffle with chicken strips.
The siblings.
Well, brooder, does that look like brother?
All right, like in German.
I don't know. Is it?
Bruder is brother in German, yeah.
Ah.
And Schwester is sister.
I can't remember any German. Apart from Schnell!
Hurry up!
Das ist gut, ja.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's about it. That's about it. I can count to 10 as well. Well,
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't say whether I could do it in German or not.
Oh, okay. You can count to 10. Well done.
Ah.
What are we saying, chat?
Yeah. Okay, but everyone's saying climb now. Everyone's going for climb. Climb is winning 7-3, so we are climbing.
We're all clever people so far.
You clamber onto the soft boulder, half expecting being engulfed by it at any moment. Getting over it is difficult as your limbs sink into its soft casing, but eventually you manage to struggle over it. Relieved to be back on firm ground, you head east. Hello, Space Canuck Man. The tunnel makes a sudden turn to the left and heads north for as far as you can see. The footprints you are following start to peter out as the tunnel becomes gradually drier. Soon you are beyond the dripping roof and the pools on the floor. You notice the air becoming hotter. You find yourself panting even though you're walking quite slowly. In a small recess on the left-hand wall, you see a section of bamboo standing on its end. Lifting it down, you see it is filled with a clear liquid. Your throat is painfully dry and you feel a little dizzy from the heat in the tunnel. Do we drink the liquid or do we just continue north?
Drink.
Drink or
What
not?
are you, Irish?
I'm Father Jack. Drink.
Come on. Drink.
Oh, I am Brew. Nice, mate.
So do you both want to drink? And 2 in chat want to drink. And Slan's here. Slan wants to chug. It's Friday, why not? Omenal says don't drink. Hello, Nerdy Ogre. Drink.
Ah, there it is. Yeah, Lee Baker's put it up on screen how to accept, how to be able to accept memberships.
Yes, if anyone is wondering why they never receive a gift, if anyone is wondering why they never receive a gift,
back, he'll get that info.
because lots of gifts have been given out this week. It's been a very, very donation-filled week in terms of gifts. And I like that. I'd like everybody to be green on that side. It'd be lovely, lovely. But right, we're currently on 7 drinking, 2 not drinking. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it'll be 9 minutes to 5 somewhere.
Yes.
So that's
It's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
Nearly happy hour.
so is it set Central Time, American Central Time or something?
It'll be, like the western side of Central. Yeah.
Alan
Well,
Jackson
East-
always
E-
says it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
East Coast is 5 hours. West
Coast
Coast
is 8 hours.
is 8 hours.
Yeah.
Then you've got Mountain, haven't you, or something in the middle? There's a Mountain.
Oh yeah, they do have that, don't they? Yeah.
There's 4 time zones, aren't there, in America? I think.
Yeah, there's 5, 6, 7, and 8 hours behind.
Yeah.
There might even be
Yes.
5 if you count, I think, Hawaii or Alaska.
Oh, you got Hawaii and Alaska, haven't you? I don't know if
It
Alaska's
might
all
even
one
be
time
more,
zone
yeah.
or not. Yeah, because Hawaii's in the middle of. Jeb says it's 2:58 p.m. So yeah, you're West Coast, then, aren't you? All right. Jeb's a vote for don't drink. Space Canuck Man is don't drink. So it's shifting to 7-4 now. It's 10:52 here. That's why I look tired. Iman's probably only been up since midday. I don't know what time Joker sleeps. I know Iman sleeps odd hours, don't you?
Hashtag looking for work life.
Yes, that'd be the same.
Ah, Eli, there you are.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Baker put something up to show you how to accept it. You look on screen.
Oh, all right. Well.
Eli looks like he's ready for sleep now.
Yeah, I was going to. That's why I walked away. I had to go get coffee.
Oh, right.
The elf needed
Right.
coffee badly.
I thought you just meditate for 4 hours.
Wrong elf. I'm an old school elf.
Oh, right. Okay. Right, we are still leaning towards drinking. So 7-4. Any more votes? No more votes.
Eli,
147.
did you vote to drink or not drink, or were you away?
I was away.
Okay. We found some clear liquid in a bamboo pipe. Do you want to drink it or not drink it? I said drink.
The water in the bamboo pipe is welcomely refreshing. Add 1 stamina point. It also contains a magical solution which will enable you to be exposed to melting point temperatures without harm. Discarding the bamboo, you start off north again in good spirits. It's supposed to be fire resistance, basically.
Good for 1 use, I think.
Yes. Yes. The temperature continues to rise and you find yourself dripping with sweat. As you struggle on, the heat intensifies until it feels like white heat and becomes so unbearable that you begin to pass out. Did we drink the liquid from the bamboo pipe? Yes, we did. Turn to 25. Although the temperature in the tunnel is higher than you can normally tolerate, the liquid from the bamboo pipe keeps you alive. Turn to 197. Mercifully, the temperature now starts to drop rapidly, and soon it feels almost cool again. On the left-hand side of the tunnel is a closed door. It has a small iron plate in it, which might possibly slide open. What do we do? Do we try to open the door? Do we slide the iron plate? Or do we continue north? So north, plate, or door? North, plate, or open? North,
The door.
plate.
Wait, what? Wait, sorry, what are our options?
Continue north, slide open the iron plate, which appears to be to view the room, or do we just open the door?
Okay, yeah. Try and slide the plate.
Slide the plate. Slide the
Slide
plate.
plate. Miserable old bloke.
I'm northern, mate.
I watched that video twice more again today, by the way.
Well, so that's where the views are
So
coming.
funny.
That's where the views are coming from.
Yeah, it's all me. Yeah.
And here was me thinking lots of people watching it. No, it's just you watching it lots of times.
No, it's meaningless. It means nothing. Oh.
No. It's because I just rewatched the beginning over and over because it's just so funny how we start the video. I'm just like, oh man. And you know what? If I didn't know you, I'd actually think that was your real accent.
I'm northern, mate.
What's the northern like me?
Right, so we're sliding open the plate. 156.
Yes, people agreeing with me. Let's go.
156. The small plate slides open easily, and you find yourself peering into a room with a deep pit in the floor behind the door. On the opposite wall, there are 2 iron hooks, on one of which hangs a coil of rope. Do we open the door, jump over the pit, and take the rope, or do we continue north along the tunnel? Oh,
Oh God.
oh!
Oh, I remember one of these being bad, but I don't know which one it was.
Still can't figure out how to get a membership myself. But while I was in there, I figured I'd be generous.
Oh.
I followed his instructions, and it's not even fucking there. So.
Oh man. Well, thank you anyway.
know, my inability is your gain.
Hail. So, who got the memberships then?
It looks like Grumpy, James S., Walter MC, Matt, and Mallory Martinez.
2, I recognize Walter MC. I recognize from somebody else's streams, the Bears streams. Grumpy, good stuff. I don't think I know the others.
Anybody who's not watching Grumpy's channel, it's worth watching. His videos are all really, really fun and interesting. So,
Reading through old sources of inspiration.
well, and that, and just the French gaming magazine, which I would never have had any exposure to, and it's just more lore, for the hobby. It's awesome.
Well, we wouldn't have had exposure to it because we couldn't have understood it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I do speak a little bit of French, but
Can you just reiterate the options, please, John?
Okay, the options are: open the door to jump the pit and get the rope, or completely ignore it. So, rope
Jump over the pit, grab the rope.
Just what simple answers: rope or north.
Rope.
It's easier for me to count the votes if you.
Yeah.
People, yeah, the answers are nice and simple. Rope.
Rope.
Rope. Everybody's going for rope. Hello, Christopher.
Now let's all make that Activision cliffhanger sound effect. Or
Rope. What is that Activision cliffhanger?
It's the old Atari 2600 days back when they had that you'd swing across the rope. It'd make all those old super MIDI-esque sound effects for that tried to do a Tarzan call.
Was that Pitfall game?
Pitfall, not cliffhanger. Sorry, my brain crossed wires.
I never had the game. I never had an Atari, but I remember seeing.
Never owned an Atari, but I loved that game. My friends down the street had it, and if we weren't playing D&D, we were playing Atari or playing outside because it was the 80s, and sometimes your parents.
Yeah, that was a thing that people did then.
Yes.
That's a thing that people were allowed to do then.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Turn to 208. We're going to go for the rope. The door swings open into the room and you step back and jump over the pit. You put the rope in your backpack and jump back over the pit, leave the room and head north. There we go.
Oh, that was Slightly.
It's
I
just
remember
teaching
that
us to be
being
careful.
bad. Maybe it was a different bit. It just goes to show my memory's not exactly Alucard's memory.
Yeah, I've been told that certain substances.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you
It's all
would if you
legal
didn't
here.
use certain substances.
Yeah.
All right, you got me there.
Ahead, you see that the tunnel turns sharply to the left. You turn the corner and almost bump straight into two fierce-looking orcs, armed with morning stars and wearing leather armor. You are totally unprepared, and as you draw your sword, one of them swings its morning star at you. It's a really nice piece of art, but I must say that this is not a morning star. That is not a morning star.
No, it's not.
No, that is a flail.
I agree.
It's a nice piece of artwork.
That
Though.
don't look like Lucifer.
A morning star is a two-handed mace.
Nice one, joke.
A morning star is a two-handed spiked mace.
Yes,
It
it
doesn't
is.
even necessarily have to be spiked, but two-handed mace, basically.
I always imagine them to be spiked, but definitely it's
them
not a flail.
I mean, that's one of those weapons that's always hilarious to argue over the origins of it. People are like, oh no, it's not. I'm like, it's literally named after something that means something in a language. So,
Right. Can one of you roll me a d6, please?
yep, got one right here. The die says
on it.
4.
4.
Are you kidding? My desk looks like the post-apocalypse of gaming. Character sheets, DM reference sheets, miniatures, pants, glued, dice, pin vices.
What penalty do we get from that? Or is it a bonus?
The orc's morning star sinks agonizingly into your left thigh. Lose 3 stamina points. You stagger backwards but manage to regain your balance in time to defend yourself. Fortunately, the tunnel is too narrow for both orcs to attack you at once, so fight them one at a time. We'll batter them. 5-5, that's a win for us. 6-8 is still a win for us because we've got a 6 points skill advantage. And 8-6 is a win for us.
Someone has won the lottery, Mercurius.
Ooh, 3-8 means we tie with a 5-point advantage there. So that's a tie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I rolled a 3, got an 8. There we go, we've won. Yeah, had to be
Nice.
a 6-point difference than to win for the second one to win.
Well, we didn't lose any stamina other than the initial blow.
Other than the initial one. Mercurius has got in on the act. Mercurius has got in on the act. Thank you, Mercurius.
This man here.
Can't have elf bait beat you. Right. Read out the names. Somebody.
Please say Eli's one of them.
No, probably not.
Anybody reading out the names? I can't see.
You know what really sucks is I am not technologically adept. I just have, inept. I have really bad luck with tech. Like, I know how to do tech stuff.
Yep.
It just never works for me.
Peter? Do it.
Okay.
JS?
Okay.
Don't remember. Dragon Star Kill It. Dragon Star Killer. Right. Okay. DM Dwayne. Okay. I don't know those names.
Looks like you've got a lot of sneaker folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
No. Inside one of the orc's pockets, you find 1 gold piece and a hollow wooden tube. You put your findings in your backpack and set off west. So we now have 3 gold pieces. We have a tube. Lurkers. The lurkers. Turn to 164. As you walk along, droplets of water again start falling from the tunnel ceiling. You see wet footprints made by the same boots that you followed earlier heading west. The footprints lead to a closed iron door in the right-hand wall of the tunnel, but do not seem to go any further. Do we open the door, or do we keep going west?
More west.
You said the footprint stopped there.
Yeah, footprints stop at the
open
door. Yeah. We've got a west and a door. West and a door. Hello, Nutty. We have a snorkel, indeed. We also have a flute.
Or a
Draw some holes
or a
in it.
blowgun.
A blowgun, yes. Yes. A straw to drink.
If
with.
you're a ninja, it's all of those things.
Yeah, it's definitely a blow dart or something like that if you're a ninja.
I could see a spot where it could be a snorkel. I mean, you never
Oh,
know.
it's true. Yeah, they also used to use that for bamboo for snorkels, didn't they?
Once again, Joker is getting outvoted every single time. Everyone's going for the door.
I'm sorry, Joker. I know how you feel, mate.
What's that?
You've been
People
outvoted.
always outvote me normally.
I know it's
And
your
now-
turn. Don't worry about it. There's always next
No,
week.
don't worry. They're agreeing with me now. People are understanding. Intellectual quandary ain't for nothing.
Oh, big words. Big words.
I do consider myself to be smarter than the average person, but I don't actually consider myself to be an intellectual. It's just I needed a nice name for my name.
In D&D terms, high intelligence, low wisdom, I think is the best way to describe me.
I don't know about that. Your age, begets wisdom, doesn't it?
My wisdom's in the gutter.
I'll be right back again.
Right. If you wish to open the door, turn to 299. I haven't made a Joker one yet. I need to make a Joker message. Yes, I do. Seeing that he's popping into all the streams.
Oh yeah, what's mine? Is it still I'm proper northern me? Something like that.
Love me whippets. Yeah.
Oh come on, you could
The
at least
door-
change it to fucking something to do with weed. Just say love me a fat bifter.
Okay, we'll see. The door opens into a large chamber where you are shocked to see one of your rivals who has obviously met a sudden, gory death. It's one of the barbarians, and he is impaled on several long iron spikes which are fixed to a frame that has sprung out of the floor. A lot of rubbish and debris litters the floor, concealing a hidden tripwire which he must have stepped on and thus released the spike frame. In the far wall is an alcove, in which you can see a silver goblet standing on a small wooden table. Do we walk over and search the barbarian, walk towards the alcove, or just close the door?
Walk towards the barbarian or search him, whatever the option was.
See the artwork?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh yeah.
He dead.
He dead.
I think he's dead.
Loot.
Yeah, so search him or walk over to him, whatever the option was.
Everyone seems to be oh no, Nerdy Ogre says go to the alcove. Everyone else is saying loot the corpse. Jeb says alcove as well. 1, 2 for loot corpse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 so far for loot corpse. So 8 votes for loot corpse, 2 for search the alcove. Nerdy Yoga thinks it's
I
wine.
think so on point today.
But it's 10-0 at the moment. I think we are looting the corpse. 126. The pouch on the barbarian's belt is empty apart from some strange-looking dried meat wrapped in cloth. Do we eat the dried meat now, leave the meat and walk over to the alcove, or leave the chamber and head west?
Eat the meat.
Meat, alcove, or leave?
Meat.
Meat.
Alcove.
One, two, three, four, one. So 6-4 at the moment for meat. If you don't eat your meat, you can't have your pudding.
Exactly.
Do either of you two know what song that's from?
No, but I did see Manfred said it earlier in the chat.
You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat. It's Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2.
Okay. I think I've heard that one.
Just another brick in the wall.
The hell did I just walk into? Somebody's singing.
Pink Floyd.
No,
If
wife
you
just
don't
got
eat-
wife just got home. So I wanted to touch bases before she headed out to her station, bitch.
Yes, you. Yes, you. Stand still, laddie. If you don't have any, don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding.
Anyway, yeah, what are people saying?
It's 6-4 for meat.
Let's go, meat eaters. The other people must be vegetarian or vegan.
How can you have any pudding if you don't?
Yes,
eat your
because that
meat?
must be it.
Yes, that is the only plausible reason.
Oh. Honestly, right now, being on the stream with you guys is about the only thing keeping me sane.
Oh,
Good,
that's
man.
very
That's
nice to
good.
know.
Stay here then. We're happy to have you.
The old animal from the Muppet Show.
Yes, Alatar. Get yourself an egg and beat it.
Just beat it, beat it, beat it.
Joker, have you been drinking?
No, that just reminded me of Weird Al.
That's exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was. Right.
I was lucky enough to see him live last year.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw Weird Al live? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I get to see him
Yeah.
live one year in the rain at a state fair. It's kind of fun.
Right, so narrowly we have voted for eating the meat. The meat contains herbs which will increase your strength. Add 3 to your stamina. There we go, back up to maximum stamina. You may now either walk over
yes.
to the alcove or leave the room. So do we go over to the alcove or do we leave the room?
I say we
Alcove.
leave the room.
Yes, it's the alcove.
So we're 2-1 for alcove at the moment. Alcove says alcove.
I have to
Keep
support
us alive.
alcoves.
Mr. Baker's going for leave.
Out of his what?
Slan's making a request.
Have some of that meat for our campaign. Sure.
Oh, the dried meat with the herbs in it.
I mean, you're in an inn. You could buy the meat.
It means healing meat.
Mm. Healing meat, huh?
Is this Manfred Welsh, not Scottish?
Why? What did you say?
So I was talking to my Scottish mate Jack last night, and we got onto the subject of relationships. I asked him how many sexual partners he had. He started counting after a minute or so. He just fell asleep.
Yeah, that's Welsh.
It's the Welsh.
Clever though.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Slan, there are other ways to gain stamina and healing in the campaign. Being a low magic setting, though, it can be tricky.
If people don't know, Elfbait is streaming a live play. Is it every Monday at the moment, or is it
Every other Monday?
Every other Monday. First
Yeah.
one was last Monday.
Yep.
Slan played it, and so did Brian. So we've got two of the players in the chat at the moment, and it was good. So if you want to go and see his first session, it's about 2 hours long, isn't it, the video?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it tight at 2 hours. It was a bit abrupt of an ending last session because I kind of saw the clock and panicked. I'm like, oh crap, it's hit the 2 hour moment. So I just kind of cut it rather than working to an organic. But we were at a pretty good place where we could stop anyways. They were in an inn. They were drinking heavily. We'll pick up there next week.
It's low magic, sort of Conan-esque, sort of.
Very much so. I've been describing it as savage sword and sorcery to distinguish it from regular sword and sorcery, and having that kind of more savagey angle. It's in a homebrew world that functions ostensibly Conan-esque with maybe a little Fafhrd and Grey Mouser and probably some Elric, just because I don't want to be too Conan, because then I might as well just play Conan. You might as well just play.
True.
I was thinking about the other day. I'm like about that earlier today, and I'm like, if I just keep running this thing too close to Conan, I might as well just run it in Hyboria. So I have to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been writing adventures for it like crazy though. I'm up to 11 different adventures.
Oh, speaking of, by the way, sorry to interrupt, John, I made some more progress on Wizard of Firetop Mountain.
Your book that you're writing.
Yeah. So I know it's just a placeholder name at the moment, just in honor of you. But I've actually made some progress on it.
Yes, because Iman is in our OSE game, and he's writing a book. His character in the game is writing a book called The Wizard of Firetop Mountain.
But yeah, I'm actually attempting to write my own choose your own adventure book. So I did make some progress on that last night.
Quality proofreader. You don't want me to proofread anything. I'll miss everything. Right, walk over to the alcove. 41.
Oh no! I mean, yeah, fine, yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. We can survive.
You walk over to the alcove, carefully checking the floor for any more hidden traps. You see that the goblet contains a sparkling red liquid. Do we drink the red liquid, leave the goblet and walk back and search the barbarian if we haven't already done so, or do we leave the chamber to continue west? So our options here are drink the red liquid or leave the chamber to continue west.
Sparkling red liquid. It's a bottle of Big Red.
Yeah, drink the liquid, I think.
It can only be red wine. What else could it be?
No, wasn't it sparkling?
Big Red soda. There's sparkling wine?
Oh, yeah, there is, isn't there?
Yes. For
Sorry,
a
I don't
long
drink- I
time,
don't
in
think so.
fact.
I'm not a drinker, so I don't really know too much.
So what do you guys
Or
say?
a,
Drink or leave?
Drink!
Drink.
Drink!
We drink.
And then we
Alright.
dissolve into a skeleton and have to plunk in another quarter because we ended our game.
Mhm.
It's weird you say that, because they actually did make a Deathtrap dungeon game.
Video game?
Yeah,
Yes,
video game.
Cool.
Yeah, for the
I worked-
PlayStation 1.
I worked for the company that made it.
No, PlayStation 1. That would be
Oh,
that
was
would be
it,
in my non-console days when I didn't
was it
actually own
IDOS
consoles.
that made that?
Mhm.
Really? Oh, okay.
One of the studios that we owned at the time. And probably dismantled. That's what they did.
Anyway, yes, I said drink.
So we want 5 drink, 3 leave at the moment. 5 drink, 3 leave.
Hey, you guys wanted to walk over to the alcove, you might as well drink now.
I can multitask with drink and walk.
That's too hard for me. Sit down.
Yeah, in these games, the character can only ever do one thing at once.
Multitasking is not our ability. We should automatically start with really low intelligence because we can't process. We're like trash 80 brain.
It's true.
Jeb wants to,
Caveman
Jeb
brain.
wants to take. Jeb wants to take 3 drinks.
I don't know. Maybe he's just suggesting the old school way of testing potions. A little sip, a little taste.
We're now at 6-4 with Halakar. I just saw Halakar's vote for leave, so we're at 6-4 at the moment.
For drinking.
Oh, hold on. Let me just ask Daniel. Seeing as you're here, we found a glass of something that we believe to be wine. Do we drink it or do we leave the room?
It's a
Don't let me
sparkling
down.
red liquid.
It's sparkling vampire blood for the snooty vampire out there. I don't know.
Yeah. No basic bitch vampire here.
It's that top shelf sparkling blood.
Any more votes? We're at 6 for drink, 4 for leave at the moment.
It's the only blood that bites back.
Daniel, you never let me down, do you, Daniel? You never let me down.
Said drink, didn't he?
Manfred says drink as well. There we go.
Ah,
Okay,
yeah.
we're drinking the red
Fulfilling
liquid.
German obligations.
They're not the biggest drinkers in Europe. I think
Yeah,
the Czechs are the biggest.
Oktoberfest begs to differ, but okay.
The Czech Republic are the biggest drinkers in Europe.
Oh, that is true. My Czech mate can drink like no one could. What the
Is he good at chess, your Czech mate?
No, he's a fucking
I'm
moron.
glad my brain wasn't the only one that picked that out. You just beat me to the joke.
Lifting the goblet releases a spring catch and a dart shoots out of the wooden table leg. Test your luck. Yeah, we've got 11 luck. Down to 10 now.
They trapped the vial of potion? That's
Yes.
awesome. Scribbles
Oh,
notes.
whatever it is,
Scribbles notes frantically.
Cool.
Your reflexes are sharp and you quickly jump aside. The dart whistles past, only just missing you, and thuds into the opposite wall. You see the goblet lying on the floor with the red liquid running away in rivulets over the grey stone. At least the goblet may be of use, so you put it in your backpack. So you've got a goblet. We didn't get to drink, though. Okay, time to leave the
fine.
room.
You got the goblet?
I'll wing the goblet at somebody.
Maybe we'll encounter a goblin so we can.
Put it on his head like a hat.
That'd be a goblet on a goblin.
It'd be a goblet in. I don't know.
Gobletin, yes. Goblin it. The passage soon leads to a junction. You notice more footprints on the floor, possibly as many as 3 pairs, heading north to the south passage. So you decide to follow them. So this is where this is the other route from the start, isn't it?
I think this is where all the routes converge.
Yes. The passage opens into a wide cavern which is darker but much drier. Ahead you see the footprints gradually fade, then disappear. There is a large idol in the center of the cavern, standing up approximately 6 meters high. That's about 20 feet. It has jeweled eyes, each as big as your fist. There are 2 giant stuffed bird-like creatures standing on either side of the idol. Do we climb the idol to take the jewels, or do we walk through the cavern to the tunnel on the opposite wall?
I will
Well, if the
say,
player's
so
handbook has taught
far,
me anything, it's that we should pull the gems out of its eyes. But
I will say,
Yeah, I
so
was thinking
far,
that.
we've picked almost every right decision, I think.
Yeah.
But this is really where the game starts, if you will. But yeah, try and take out the eye.
Jewels or no jewels?
All the chickens go on goblin heads.
Yeah, I'm
Of
gonna
course.
say not take out the jewels because I agree that that's probably the bait that they're throwing out there because they know anybody who's ever played old school gaming is gonna go for the jewels.
But maybe they know that you're going to think that. So it's a
But maybe
double
they
blow.
know that I'm gonna know that they're gonna.
Yeah, I know. We can scroll on forever. And it's true. It is true. But that's how these books get you, isn't it?
Jewels, jewels, jewels.
Jewels, yeah.
It could be one of those horrible choose your own adventure books where like this is one of the situations that regardless of whichever you do, it doesn't matter because what's actually going to happen is a panel is going to open in the wall and a rhinoceros is going to run through the room and kill us,
So
whether
with
or
the
not we
two-
took the jewels or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
that does
two of you
happen.
voted to leave them. Joker, did you vote?
What was that?
Do you want to go for the jewels or do you want to leave?
Oh, I'm greedy. Let's go for the jewels. I'll probably outvoted, but hey ho.
Good lad. No, for once you're on the right side.
Right. With the votes from chat, we're currently at 5-5 from the Hilts vote. So 5-5.
I got strongly advise the jewel. I'm not going to lie.
No jewels for me. Maybe I'm just
Jewels all the
paranoid
way.
because I've been writing adventures.
Oh, no,
Don't
you have
touch
every
any
right
treasure.
to be paranoid.
Don't touch any treasure ever.
2 more
There
votes.
are
Leave.
various treasures in this book, but only a few of them we actually need. Wait, hang on. This is an Ian book, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Right. You know what that means, everyone?
You've got to find combinations of objects.
Yep. So if you want to do that, I advise you to take out the
Lovely.
jewel
We're
as well.
playing Mist the book.
Oh, that was a good game.
Once again, Daniel, you haven't let me down. Comments. Are they the family jewels? We're gaming tomorrow, aren't we? We're currently at 7-5 for leaving. So you have about 10 seconds to change that if anyone wishes.
Guys, I strongly advise
I
you change
missed
that.
that streamer that had a beanie hat on his head on Monday. I wonder who he is.
Beanie hat. I don't own a beanie hat.
Didn't someone else say it was a beanie? And it wasn't.
I don't know, somebody with a weird accent the other day.
I wonder who that was. No. I had a hoodie and I just sort of pulled it down like that and then pinned it in place using these headphones. Space Canuck Man goes for the jewels, so it's 7-6. Ooh, 9 people haven't voted. If you send a hippo to college to be a brain surgeon, is that a hippocampus?
Poke the oink.
That's a good one, actually. I like that one.
So while we're waiting for votes, terrifying realization about BX. You know what one of the mightiest monsters in straight up BX is?
I know the answer to this because you mentioned it on Wednesday.
It's a fucking mammoth. 15 hit dice.
Oh,
on a mammoth.
I did hear. I overheard that conversation.
I'm like,
yeah.
When I threw that mammoth into that adventure on last Monday, it was for flavor, and then later on, I didn't expect them to fight it because it had to swim over the river, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if they had chose to actually fight the mammoth, that would have been so bad. But the thing is, the mammoth's more powerful than the dragons in BX because, of course, they're all supposed to fit in to levels 1 through 6. But it was just funny to look at it. I'm like, 15 hit dice.
Well, yeah, I was going to say they take about 20 spears to kill in Far Cry Primal.
Well, I mean, mammoths
Yeah.
are huge. Mammoths are
What a
huge.
game.
They make elephants look small. So
Bro, mammoths in Far Cry Primal were actually so brutal.
I have stood next to a mammoth skeleton. It is not fun.
Big tusks.
Mammoths are basically like prehistoric versions of tanks, let's be honest.
Really cool is the
Yeah.
airport back home has a full-sized ground sloth skeleton that they unearthed when they were putting in one of the runways.
What's a ground sloth?
You've never seen a giant ground sloth?
No?
Google is your friend, man. They are huge,
Okay.
giant, omnivorous, chainmail skinned.
Right, so it's 7-6 towards leaving. So we leave.
Well, I mean, could be yes, but it's definitely a no.
Yeah, giant ground sloths were super huge though, and they're because nothing messed with them, so they could just kind of stand there.
Not much farther down the tunnel, you come to a closed door on your left. Putting your ear to the door, you listen intently but hear nothing. Do we open the door or do we keep walking north? Door or north?
Let's open one door.
Go on then. You can vote for that. Door or north, chaps? See you, Daniel.
Somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. Yes, it's us.
Indeed.
I suppose let's open the door.
Was that from Emu's World?
Emu's World.
So, he was singing "There's somebody at the door." It's I think it was a quote from something to do with Emu, wasn't it? I think.
I would not know.
Emu was a puppet on kids' TV in this country.
Emu is my spirit animal.
A guy called Rod Hull.
What the heck am I looking at there? Did you guys see that?
Looks like Joker's having technical difficulties.
And basically, Rod Hull used to.
Lovely Emu.
Yeah, his hand would be up Emu's neck and in his mouth, and Emu was vicious and that sort of stuff, and attack people, and Rod Hull famously passed away after he climbed onto his roof to fix his TV aerial and fell off. That's how he died.
It's a rather unceremonious end.
Yes. And the band Half Man, Half Biscuit wrote a song called Rod Hull is Alive, Why? And a few years later, it wasn't. Yeah, it's a bit sad.
So they cursed him with their magic song.
Yes. The chorus went, why is Rod Hull alive and getting paid as well? Anyway. It looks like we're opening the door.
Oh yeah, Helicar Randy Feltface is awesome.
I don't see you'll have different puppets, won't you, than we do.
Oh, Randy Feltface is an Australian comedian who performs through a puppet on stage on his stand-up acts. He's got his own YouTube channel, so he's easy to find, but he's hilarious.
You enter a room which is small and completely empty. As soon as you're inside, a door slams shut behind you. Suddenly, a voice booms out of nowhere shouting, "Welcome to Deathtrap Dungeon, the ingenious killer labyrinth of my master. Adventurer, I trust you will pay your respects to my master by shouting out his name." Will you shout, "Hail Succumvit," or "Succumvit is a worm"? Do we hail him, or do we call him a worm? Hail or worm? Those are your choices.
Well, I'm pretty damn sure the boss man doesn't want to be insulted. But maybe he doesn't want us to be obsequious either.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I say call him a worm.
Worm.
Worm! I have no time for you, worm.
Yes. Hail. You can't do hail worm. That's called hedging bets.
Keep getting
Thank you.
Joker at different camera angles flashing on the screen. It's like an old 90s music video.
Don't take that to heart. That's Emu.
Nice. That's awesome. I have been Emu for ages. Ever since I worked this one job, and my trainer had a brain fart, and as he was trying to call on me, and he's like, "Emu," and it stuck from then on. And so
you say emu, do you?
I say Emu.
We say emu.
Yes, I know. You're wrong.
No. What do you think, emu? Do you prefer emu or emu? He's not answering. Emu doesn't talk though. Just attacks people. That was the whole thing. He'd sit there, Emu would, and Rodhole would be pretending to hold Emu back. Meanwhile, he'd be mauling whoever he was supposed to be interviewing or whatever.
Thankfully, the icon that I have on my YouTube channel is my OSR Emu. It's like the bird with the horn helmet and the lantern.
Yeah. Yep. Seen that.
A lot of people think it's supposed to be an homage to the RuneQuest duck. I'm like, no, it's an emu.
We're currently on 1 vote for hail, 4 votes for worm.
What? Sorry, what? What are we saying?
Worm.
Do we say hail Succumvit or Succumvit is a worm?
Yeah, Succumvit is a worm. Tell them to Succumvit.
Okay. I go with the the Australians. It lives in Australia, and they call them emus. So there you go. All right, so we're at 5-1 now. Any more votes? Worm or hail? And 2 people have voted for both. Hailing the worm. Emu's still watching. Yes. He's actually got the motions because he used to do silly things with his mouth. That's it, with his mouth. Yes, emu again, like that. Yeah. Right.
Can't you tell I was brought up watching it as a kid?
Yes.
No, Alucard has nothing to do with that. Insurance commercial. Although we do have an insurance commercial here right now that features an emu. I grew up with emus down the street.
Huh? Once again, a mysterious voice calls out, only this time to your great surprise in a far less threatening tone. Good. My master likes those who show spirit. Take this gift to help you. It will grant you 1 wish. But 1 wish only. Farewell. A gold ring magically appears out of nowhere and lands at your feet with a gentle tinkle. You pick it up, put it on one of your fingers. The door opens and you step back into the tunnel to continue north. With a gold ring. Excellent. Continue north. 344.
See, all you guys were brave then. See, bravery was rewarded.
The tunnel twists and turns, but keeps steadily north. Ahead of you, you see a thin shaft of blue light streaming down from the ceiling to the floor. It sparkles and shimmers, and you can see images of laughing faces in the light. Do we walk through the light, or do we walk around the light?
I say walk through it.
Through the light or around the light?
Through the light.
Round the light. You go round?
I say through.
Round. So we have 2 through and 1 round for my panel. I wish for a foot-long Italian sub with extra dressing.
Seems like a easy way to win the competition if you have a ring of wishes with 1 wish.
Yeah,
I wish I was the winner of the.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I'm surprised they didn't think about that.
Yeah. Maybe it's a cursed ring of wishes.
Maybe it's not actually a ring of wishes, and they just want you to think it is. You're in dire danger. You're like, I wish I was safe. It's just a ring. Haha.
I wonder if it's one of those rings of contrariness. Best magic item in D&D history, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's
You
a
remember
ring of
those
wishes, meaning you wish it had wishes.
Yes, in D&D, Iman, there's a ring of contrariness. Okay. If you put it on, you have to disagree with everything your party wants you to do.
You don't have a choice in the matter.
No, you have to disagree with everything.
It's one of those old style gotcha kind of magic items.
Put it on or die.
Yes, joke.
Hello, Mac. Does East need more love? Are you right at the start of the stream? I don't know. We're not voting on East here at all. We'll go around the light or through the light. But around the light, 7 going for around the light, 3, 4 through the light.
Guys, what happened to your balls?
Young children do have rings of contrariness, yes. Matt forgot to hit the live button. Right,
it's more like a ring of why? Why? Why?
Yes, I remember that. Why, Daddy? Why? Eat your dinner. Why?
I was the wrong dad to have that because I would sit there and bore my kids with the actual answer.
Yeah.
So, or I would tell them where to find the information when they got older.
Hey, look, at least maybe they learned to stop asking you why.
It backfired because by the time they were teenagers, they actually there was almost like a intervention where they all basically told me, Dad, you don't have to give us a big old long-winded explanation. Just tell us what you want us to do. Keep it simple.
With space cannot commands vote. That confirms we go around the light. 107.
It's funny though, Manfred. Except for one of my bonus kids, my kids did listen. So
I do like that term, bonus kids. I think it's funny.
I mean, that's what they are. I mean, they were awesome kids. I still talk to them, even though they're not mine. Yeah.
Is it you've got 2 bonus and 2?
Technically 3, because the first bonus kid came with my oldest, his best friend, staying with us during senior year of high school, and then later on there were the 2 that came through my youngest. So, but no, my bonus kids. It's probably a lot more kids that count as bonus kids, but those are the only ones who ever actually lived with us.
I think we're off to the shed.
Yes. Is that the robe of shed dwelling?
We're off to the shed.
Yeah, we can call it the dungeon today.
You come to an arched doorway in the right-hand wall of the tunnel. The heavy stone door is closed, but there's an iron latch and a round handle. Do we try the door, or do we continue to walk along the tunnel? Door or tunnel?
Door.
Door.
No.
Door.
Tunnel.
Tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
So when they asked you where poo came from, you gave a huge explanation about digestion. Then with a horrified look, they asked, what about Tigger?
You don't understand my children. My youngest was obsessed with a TV show about internal parasites at age 6. Anything with medicine or biology, absolutely loved that kind of stuff. So yes, I could tell my kids exactly where poop came from and they would be fine with it. My kids were weird, but then again, look who their dad was. So, Dad, why do zebras have stripes? Here's the answer.
Did your eldest ask you for a pet tapeworm for Christmas then, or something?
No, this was my youngest that was obsessed with there was a show in the U.S. called Monsters Inside Us. It was all about parasites. It was on, I think, Discovery, and my kid would sit there and eat dinner watching this. So
I think we have a show called Monsters Inside Me. I'm not sure if it's the same thing though.
It's different. They're two different shows. Monsters Inside Me is I think like a psychopathy kind of a thing, and Monsters Inside Us was a show on not intestinal but internal parasites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my oldest kid was obsessed with like construction and off the grid living and stuff. It's weird. 10 years old, coming out of the bookstore with a full suite of home improvement books and a guide to connecting off the grid properties to utilities.
Well, at least you're aware that at least some of your children's traits come from you. Because my sister's like, I don't know where my daughter gets her attitude from. It's like, have you seen yourself?
Oh, my youngest is my mini me. I mean, it's to this day, we swap like memes and videos and stuff like that about cool hobby stuff that we find.
Iman, Manfred's still pushing this point about whether you wrote the Necronomicon or not.
No comment.
For those who don't know, that is a Call of Cthulhu reference.
Ibn Hazar. Abdul Azrad. Yep.
Do we get a lava lamp in the shed?
No.
Oh.
My shed doesn't have a power supply. I just use power banks.
Omen Al says, my son was looking through fecal matter for his mother's horses for parasites when he was 5.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Do you know what? Kids don't have as much of a gross factor as we do.
Yeah.
They're more inquisitive, aren't they?
I mean,
not want a signed copy of the Necronomicon, Iman, if you're signing them.
We'll discuss that off stream.
Being a farm kid was always weird too. Like you get together in social functions and you realize just how much farm life is not normal. Yeah, I've been elbow deep in a goat. When the kid won't turn and isn't coming out on its own, you have to go in and get it.
No to that. No to that. Completely no. We're trying the door. Lifting the latch and pushing the heavy stone door open, you find yourself in a large cavern. The light is dim and murky, but as your eyes begin to adjust, you see that the walls are covered in green algae and running with moisture. The floor is strewn with straw. The atmosphere is damp, warm, and fetid, and a soft humming sound fills the air. You step gingerly through the straw towards a corner of the cavern, where there appears to be a shallow pit. Peering warily into the pit, you're disgusted to see a mass of pale, writhing worms, some as much as 1/2 meter long. Utterly nauseated, you are about to turn away when you notice that their undulating bodies are swarming around a dagger, its point held fast in a crack in the pit floor. The hilt is cased in black leather, studded with opals, and the blade is fashioned from a strange reddish-black burnished metal you've never seen before. You long to touch the dagger. This would mean plunging your hand in amongst the writhing worms. Do we reach for the dagger, or do we leave the cavern?
Reach for the dagger.
Dagger.
Don't they look ever so tasty and tempting?
Lovely.
I detect rot grubs.
Not
Leave
quite.
Leave it.
Take it.
We have 1 vote for leave it so far, and lots of votes for
What
taking the dagger.
fuck it. Just bumped my head.
So it looks like dagger's winning by lots. That was the dagger handle in the picture at the top. What a cool handle. No, we haven't got a flask of oil. We've got a rope, a tube, a goblet, and a gold ring.
If
And a
we
sword
were
and leather armor.
MacGyver, we could build a car.
Never seen MacGyver.
No.
It
Old
did
American
brief-
TV show, which he made
I-
stuff out of nothing. So
I'm aware of its existence, but never saw it.
yeah.
Okay, we're going to go for the dagger then, aren't we? 94. No problem, Manfred. I'm going to be ending the stream very shortly anyway. It had a slightly later start than usual because of the traitors. Taking a deep breath, you lean over the pit and plunge your forearm into the mass of wriggling worms. They are cold and clammy and feel extremely nasty, but at least they are harmless, and you're able to seize the dagger by the hilt. From the hilt. There you go.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, you give it a hard tug, and it comes away from the crack in which the tip was embedded. Admiring its beauty and wondering whether it might have once belonged to some luckless contestant, you put the opal-studded dagger firmly in your belt and leave the cavern. So we've got the dagger. Yes, leave the dungeon and come back prepared. 10-foot pole, flask of oil, and chalk dust. General Nut plays old school D&D.
Ball of twine, 10 iron spikes, small mirror,
Yeah. A mallet.
mallet, yeah, pitons.
No, not pitons. Not pitons. Definitely not. They're a 20th century invention.
What's what an iron spike is? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Call them iron. Yeah. But the proper pitons were 20th century inventions. So I'm a pedant like that. Right. 50-foot rope, yes. Excuse me. As you make your way back to the doorway, the buzzing sound increases in intensity, and you look around desperately to discover where it's coming from. Glancing up in the nick of time, you see the huge and grotesque black shape of a giant fly emerging from a recess high up in the cavern wall. As it gets closer, you realize it is at least 1.5 meters long, about 4.5 feet. Its opaque wings vibrate, making the sickening buzzing noise that you can hear, and its 6 black hairy legs are poised to grasp your body. Below its multifaceted eyes is a long, shiny black proboscis, which darts in and out venomously. You've stolen the giant fly's treasure from her brood of maggots, and you must take the consequences. No, Christopher. No, they couldn't have been invented earlier. You can have iron spikes, and you can use irons. You can't call them pitons, though.
I see your pedantry, and I raise you the fact that piton means pin or peg, and therefore could have been applied generically.
Testing our luck anyway. We've still got lots of luck, so we're still lucky. Right. If you're lucky, turn to 39. You manage to evade the outstretched legs of the diving giant fly. Stepping back, you draw your sword and prepare to fight the hideous insect as it turns to attack you again. Right. So skill 7, so we completely overpower it. 6-7, which makes 17, 14. Easy win. 8-5. I need to show you what I've just rolled.
All the ones.
All the ones. So 2-2. And 7-8. Yeah, we beat it.
Now, what was you saying about rolling a 1 the other day?
What about rolling a 1? There's lots of them. If you win, turn to 111. Let's turn to 111. You wipe the vile yellow slime from the blade of your sword and walk quickly to the door, back into the tunnel, and head north. Turn to 267. And this is where we will end the stream. We're at 267. This is a simple junction. So get ready for next time, where we decide whether we go west or whether we go east. It's one of those. It's a T-junction.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun, indeed. Deathtrap dungeon, old school, trap-filled dungeon, Tomb of Horrors, fighting fantasy style. And we're doing rather well so far, I think.
It's a very archetypical 1980s style dungeon.
Yeah.
Random shit thrown together.
It was book 6 in the original series, so it's
Yeah.
one of the early ones. Did you see the books I showed off at the start?
I did. Yeah. That's
those
a
who are in
cool
chat.
find.
Found them in my loft earlier, digging around. So we've got some new books.
Remind
Very
me of
old
that
ones.
one that I've not heard of again. What was it called? Beneath Nightmare Castle or something?
Beneath Nightmare Castle, yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I've never heard of that. I'll have to check it out.
Oh, we'll play it on a stream one time. But we're doing okay at the moment. The Deathtrap dungeon hasn't killed us yet. We're down 2 points of luck, but we're still on maximum skill and stamina. We found lots of items.
Thought we took some damage when we got hit in the leg with something.
But then we healed
If
it
I
again.
ever get around to finishing my book, would you be willing to run that on one of your streams?
Yes. And also, I have noticed Straw Piglet has joined our Discord server. And when people
Straw
join the
Dog.
Discord server, Straw Dog, yes, I click on the name just to check who they are. And there's a link in his profile, which takes you to RPG, whatever, drive through RPG. And it appears Piglet has written something.
Really no.
Yeah. He's written a Choose Your Own Adventure.
Oh, nice.
I wonder if we could play that sometime on stream. Is it any good, Piglet? Would it work on stream? Let us know.
There's still a big game book series that I want to check out. I mentioned it early when you first started the series. It's called Fabled Lands.
Right.
It is super involved. You can pretty much do whatever you want in that. You can become a trader and just go around trading goods if you want. You can become a bandit. It's really an open world game book series. It's really weird. I want to get it just to see how they pulled that off, because it's continent spanning and
Fable, you have mentioned the name before, Fabled Lands.
yeah, it got recently turned into a computer game, actually, oddly enough.
One of the other channels I'm subscribed to who runs these fighting fantasy books and stuff has played through Fabled Lands. There was like 40 parts or something.
Yeah, it's like 6 books, and they're all...
Wow.
The cool thing is you can get them in book size, or you can get them in like game book size.
I don't know what Rochambeau is.
Rock,
Sure,
paper,
people.
scissors.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
past the
Okay.
pigs. Oh god.
Is that the proper name for rock, paper, scissors?
That's what I know it as. Yeah.
Oh.
Past the pigs used to be a big game where you used to roll three pigs and decide, and that, however they landed. That's how many
Making
pigs you
bacon.
had.
Past the pigs. I've heard of that. Oh, who's got the echo? I don't know. Anyway, it's time to put a close to tonight's stream. I'm going to say thank you to Iman and Elfbait and Joker, all three of whom have now created channels. I can see Joker's simulcasting this.
We'll start it from next week.
Okay, quality. Right. Well, thank you all for joining. Thank you everybody in chat. We had a good turnout tonight. We've got a long way into the book, and I'll start a little earlier next Friday because I've only been starting.
No more traitors.
Traitors is finished. Yeah. So
Well, apart from the Australian one, I think that's going to be on BBC Three.
right. Okay. I'll probably catch up with that on iPlayer.
Yeah. Me
I'm not
too.
as interested in that one as I am in the British one. Anyway, thank you all for joining me, and I'm going to end the stream now.
That's the one.